Alright, Sistas fans, for some reason people wanted me to talk about this. Seriously, I don't know why. I'm pretty damn sure I did a video about, will Andi finally kick Gary to the curb, but since the Sistas Instagram and, basically social media pages posted this photo, it was asking the question, what do you think Gary's saying here? And I'm like, well, in the promo, it pretty much told us what he was saying. He literally said, well, we were about to get married. And Andy's like, well, it's a good thing we didn't. So, and I'm pretty sure that in the end credit teaser, Gary's like, do you want the old me to come back? And Andy's like, well, I don't even think he really left. So, I will briefly talk about this photo. I don't really have too much to say, but since I've gotten a lot of requests and the show comes back this week and I need the views, I will do it. So, before moving forward, make sure you take a moment to hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Hit subscribe as we get closer to 200,000. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. And hit the bell icon to select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post content on the channel. First off, damn, Andi looking good in that blue. You could just tell by the look on her face that she's too through. And you can tell this is clearly after her sexcapade with Robin. So, I honestly... what can I say that I haven't already said? I'm not rooting for Andi. I mean, I get it, how there are toxic relationships that people just keep going back to. But I just feel like we haven't seen any growth from her. I don't care about what her new job position is or the lawsuit where she's gotten over $1 million. It doesn't matter to me because I'm talking about Andi as a character. She had the abusive lover in college. Now she's going through the same thing again. But even worse, she's using the guise of, well, I see all these other people in my life who are getting married and whatnot. And that's the thing that's always puzzled me. She talks about how she always feels like she's not where she's supposed to be in life. I feel like that would be different if one of her sisters was married with a family as opposed to just her girls chilling. If we met some of these girls, maybe some kind of academic rivals in law school where maybe Andi and this woman were enemies, so to speak, and Andi's the one who won, if you will, she's the one who got the job at the law firm that her rival wanted, but then they meet up a couple years later and it's the girl who lost the job was like, well, you know what? Maybe it's a good thing I did lose the job because I met the love of my life and we're about to have a kid in the next several months. So it's one of those things where Andi worries about the road less traveled, and then as a result, she decides to hook up with Gary even though he's married, just to have somebody on her, just to be the woman on a man's shoulder so she can parade him around. Because I feel like when you look at the women that Andi hangs with, none of them seem to flaunt relationships in her face. To me personally, I feel like they should have Tyler, because he's only writer, I feel like that would have been a better story for Andi or reason for her doing what she does, because it's understandable to be disappointed where you are in life. You could have everything you want, money, dream career, but if you don't have that love and family and whatnot that you thought you wanted as a little girl, I'm going to be a great wife and, I'm going to have a big family. But things change when you get older. And then you realize, especially this generation more so than not, this generation focuses more on their careers and whatnot. Look, I'm not really counting the last year and a half because, unemployment, that kind of stuff. People ain't working. I'm not talking about that. I mean, in general, my age group, so to speak, a lot of people don't get married, student loan debt, still at home with parents, or they're focusing on their career to get out of debt, secure a house, because what's the use of having a family if you really can't support them, as opposed to, look, I just turned 30. My folks, I mean, come on now, I love those memes where it's 27 and can't talk to a girl. My dad at 23, 4 kids from my mom. It's it's so different nowadays. But I think that would have been a better way to write Andi's character, where on the one hand, she could be in the predicament she's in with Gary, and you could be like, well, yeah, you did it to yourself because you wanted to compete with your college buddy. But now it's just you keep doing the same thing over and over again, because even though Robin does seem to be shady based on the previews for the back half of season 3, either way, if Andi gets caught in some kind of shit, I don't feel bad, because you told Karen you were going to go home to talk with Gary, but you decided to go to the office and Robin just so happened to be there. I mean, you're the one that called him late at night for a booty call. And now you're going to be like Sabrina and Jacoby, where, you know, after your night of passion, Robin might just pop up everywhere and start doing some things that seem weird. And you're pretty much going to have Tyler Perry assassinating Robin's character the same way he did Jacoby, just to make Calvin look better in comparison. And my gosh, if he decides to push Andi back to Gary, this is why I said I don't think I'm going to be interested in season 4. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see, but Andi kind of standing up for herself and yada yada. I mean, is she going to break up with Gary? I mean, she already took the engagement ring off. Is she going to kick him out? I just don't know. I mean, if she literally took a stance like, look, enough is enough. Your ex-wife, the FBI stuff. Yeah, so what if you were proven innocent? I went through hell trying to, get my name, get my career back on track because of you. That would be great, sure. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, it just took you 3.5 seasons to see it, but better late than never, I suppose. So, to me personally, I know this sounds bad, but any kind of happiness that Andi finds, I feel is like undeserved unless it's written well. But, I mean, I just feel like Gary going to state his case, but then he's probably going to say, you're with another guy. It's like, screw you, get the hell out of here. I mean, even though Gary did have a legit reason, a therapist and woman on top of him, do you know how disrespectful that looked from Andy's perspective? So then you got the nerve to talk about, oh, you're going to go out with it. You probably with that one dude. Well, I came home to my apartment and you had 2 women in my bedroom. So shut the hell up. But I don't know. I'm just over that storyline. But that's all I have to say about the promo photo. And they're currently working on season 4. I think Zach said, posted online that he arrived today. So Zach is back. And we'll have to wait and see how things turn out. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. It's just sad that the main character of the show has one of the most boring and repetitive storylines. This is literally The Flash. It literally is The Flash. Alright guys, talk to y'all later.